Welcome to the Posture Strength and Mobility Podcast. I'm Isaac Osborne, and I'm here to share with you tips, tricks, hacks, interesting musings, and much more in short, digestible episodes. To learn more about how you can improve your posture strength and mobility, check out the show notes for links. Onward with the show. Welcome to episode 26. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about burnout. I have a personal story about this that I'm going to share with you, and I also have some resources for you to look into if this is something that you are experiencing as well. In fact, in the show notes, I have a few articles that I'm going to link to, but most of all, I think just sharing my experience with you is hopefully going to inspire you if you're burnt out to do something about it. Okay, so I've been burnt out. And this is why I had my podcast going out weekly. And if you've noticed, if you're someone that listens to my podcast or watches my podcast, and you've noticed that it hasn't been going out weekly over the last month or so, I've only, I think, a couple episodes, and I haven't been putting it out. And the reason why is because I've been burnt out. So this goes back to the beginning of the pandemic. And so at the beginning of the pandemic, my practice was shut down and I wasn't allowed to work. And I thought, well, okay, this is an opportunity for me to shift gears and start doing stuff online. I'd always wanted to do online work to be able to help people out doing videos online and also do membership stuff with my website and so forth. So I went straight into working on that, getting equipment, setting up a website, and the back end of that was just massive to do that and to produce all these videos. And then as I was doing that, I was really enjoying it. I still am enjoying making these videos very much. And as that was starting to happen, the restrictions on massage therapy, body work, personal training, those sort of things started to be lifted. But they were weird. Like I let go of my office, and then I started doing work with clients out in Montecito and around Santa Barbara. And slowly my practice started getting really busy again, because before the pandemic, my practice was extremely busy. And it's all I had time for was basically I was working all day long with clients. And that was, I was burning out during that as well. So the pandemic was a relief at the very, very beginning of it. So as things start to come back, I was keeping pace with my online content and also keeping pace with my clients. And so much to where I had to basically not accept any more new clients because things were getting so busy, and trying to keep up with the online content that I've been doing. It has proved to be very difficult. Some days I'm working like 14-hour days, and that was definitely eating away at me. I wasn't getting to. I love surfing. I love mountain biking. I love spending time with my family, my wife. I have dogs. I love walking my dogs, and a lot of that was I just felt really, really, really rushed all the time. And but I still had this sense like I have to produce. I have to produce. I have to produce stuff, and I wasn't giving myself the permission to be able to take some time off and just kind of relax a little bit about things and really look at the goals that I set for myself, look at how I'm producing my content, look at how many clients and sessions that I'm doing, and so forth, because you can only do so much. And so I was experiencing some fatigue, experiencing a lot of stress, all those type of feelings. And the last month, what I really experienced in the last month was just like a complete block in my creativity and what I want to talk about. So I thought it'd be great to share these things with you, because there's a good chance that someone out there is feeling the same way about this. So now as things go back to are like quote unquote going back to normal after the pandemic, I'm finding still having that pressure on myself, but I'm starting to rewrite what I can do for myself in a sense of spending time in that healthy activity time. So what I've been focusing on recently, I'm still working with my clients, but I've backed off on it on a number of clients as well because it was just too much. And what I've been focusing on is just taking the time and spending time outside and spending time surfing, spending time with my wife, and spending time with my daughter and my dogs, but mainly trying to be outside as much as I possibly can. And I'm very lucky to be able to have this luxury to be able to do that. I'm still working with clients. I'm still thinking about the content that I'm doing, but I'm also thinking of it in a way that is um, it's definitely inspiring to me, but how I can help people with this inspiration of being more myself in these podcasts, more um, in a way that allows you and I to really excel at who we are. So I have some new stuff coming, and um, what I'm excited about is I want to provide even more quality content that I've been providing. So I've been thinking about that. I've gotten some feedback from all of you on some of the things that I can do better at, some requests for things, and so I'm really taking that in, and I'm trying to take my time and plan that out because I want this to be as quality for you and me at the same time, and we all help each other out in that sense. So check out the show notes for links on some articles about burnout. And if you're experiencing burnout, what I recommend is taking that time. You know, I had the like I said, I had this pressure like, oh, I have to produce, I have to produce, I have to produce all this stuff. And that just wasn't enjoyable. I want to enjoy doing this because I do like doing this. And um, if I'm in that attitude of like I have to do it for this reason, of such and such, or do this or do that, then it's not going to come across as quality work as I want it to. And that's where if you're experiencing that, are you stressed? Are you overworking yourself? Um, Something to think about is when you think about your life, I try to think about myself on my deathbed a lot. And and the reason why I do that is because if I regret something, because I think regret is a powerful tool for us to be able to reflect of on things that we don't like that we're doing. So if you're going to imagine yourself on your deathbed, and if you're going to regret spending 70 hours a week at work or whatever, then it's time to make a change because only you can change you. Sure, people can help change you, but only you can change you. And that's why it's so important to look at these things and slow down. Like, what is the worst that can happen? One of the things that my wife and I have been doing recently while I've been taking this break is we're just cleaning everything out. We've this past weekend we cleaned out our garage and we're getting rid of a ton of stuff that like, how's this junk in here? You know, and it feels so good just to like get rid of that stuff. And in a lot of ways, it's kind of that same thing when you're like reassessing yourself and reassessing the direction that you're going into, and you can kind of like go back to those true intentions of where you were, or maybe where you were at the beginning of that goal like a few years ago, and then you veered over this way, and you can just kind of reset it back to that position by actually looking at regret. What are you regretting? Regret is a very, very important reflection tool that allows you to really set yourself in a way that is beneficial for you. So that's what I'm doing right now. I encourage you to do the same if you're experiencing burnout. And to have the courage to move forward with that person, the thing that you want to do, the thing that you've always wanted to do, and get out there and do it. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. Send me a message. I appreciate all of you so much. Thank you for listening to my podcast. There will be more. I will be producing more content. In fact, I have more content coming soon. And I'm excited to be re-energized in my content. All right, you guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for joining me for this episode. If you liked it, please subscribe and leave a positive review so others may find it and get help too. Check out the show notes for links on how to win a mini integrator massage gun, posture strength and mobility classes that focus on corrective exercises, or self-myofascial release protocols for neck pain, back pain, knee pain, plantar fasciitis, and much more with my massage gun, the Integrator. Until next time, keep exploring your body and stay curious.